So today we are going to solve a problem of coin change. In this problem we have given a coin array and we have given amount, and what we need to do, we need to pay particular amount using these minimum coin. Suppose here we need to use 3 coin minimum to pay particular amount, and what the 3 coin are, we can use 2 quantity of 5 coin and 1 quantity of 1 coin. So this is minimum coin we require to pay 11 amount. Okay, and we need to return minimum number of coin, and if there is no such combination find out, then we directly return -1. Like here we only have 2 coin and we need to pay 3 amount, and there is no way, so we can directly return -1 here. Okay, and if basically amount is 0, then we need nothing to pay, so we directly return 0. So this is our base case. If amount is 0, we directly return 0 no matter how much coin we have. So let's try to understand this with example. Suppose we have given this coin and we need to pay this particular amount. So what we need to do, first we try to solve this by recursion, and then we will see where there is overlapping in the recursion call. Then we will move forward for dynamic programming. So if we need to pay 6 amount, so basically we have 3 options. Either we use 1 coin, either we use 2 coin, and either we use 5 coin. And what the answer written from here, we can choose minimum from all these 3 nodes. We can choose minimum +1. Why we choose minimum and +1? Minimum basically because we need to find minimum number of coin, and +1 basically to include itself. Like here we choose 1 coin and here we choose 2 coin and here we 5. Suppose here from here we return something, so we will add +1 to include particular coin. So we will see how it will work. Suppose we pay the 6 amount using the 1 coin first. So how much amount we left? We left with 5. Again we pay 1 using 1 coin, so how much amount we left? We left with 4. Again we pay 1 coin, how much amount we left? We left with 3. And we do until we reach to our base case. Here your amount is 0, and if amount is 0, we directly return 0 from here. Okay, and from 0 there is only one call for this node, so from here we choose minimum and +1, and so there is one call, so we can say 0 + 1, it will return 1. Okay, so if we need to pay 2 amount, either we use 1 coin or we can also choose 2 coin. If we choose 2 coin, we directly return 0 here. So from here we get 0, and we can choose minimum from both these call, and minimum is 0, and we can return minimum +1, that is 0 + 1, we return from here 1. And we also have one other option here, either we use 2, and if we use 2 we get left with 1 amount. And if we left with 1 amount, what we can do, we can use 1 coin, which is we left with 0, and again from here we left with 0, and then we again return 1 from here. So we can choose minimum from here and +1, so we will get 2 from here. And we can also pay 4 amount using the 2 coin, and if we do this, we left with 2 amount, and we already manipulate this data here, so we can pay this using 1 coin minimum. So from this we can choose minimum, and so minimum is 1, and we can do 1 + 1, that is 2 from here. And we can pay 5 amount using the 2 coin also, so we get 3, and we can get 5 amount also, so we will get 0. From here we will return 0. From here we already manipulate this data, so we will return directly 2 from here. So from all these 3 call, we choose minimum, which is 0, So we will return 0 plus 1 basically, which is 1. And obviously here we need to use 2 coin also. If we choose 2 coin, then we remain with 4 amount. And if here basically we choose 5 coin, then we remaining with 1 amount. And then basically 1 returning here 1, so it is returning 1, and 4 basically return 2. So from all these 3 call we will choose minimum 1, and minimum is 1, and 1 plus 1 basically 2. So 2 will be answer. How? Either we choose this combination or this combination, and this is minimum coin we required. And if there is no combination find, then we can directly return -1. But let's say how recursive call will work. And you see there is overlapping everywhere, like 3 is here and this is overlapping. So we will use 1D array to store the data, and then we will use it later on. But how recursive call will work? Like we have function basically, like we have this function, and in this function we receive basically a one coin array and one particular amount. So what will we do? Our base case will be, if our basically amount equal to 0, so what will we do? We will directly return 0. Otherwise what we can do, we will try to run a for loop for I is equal to 0. Suppose we have this coin 1, 2, 5 and our amount is 6. So we will iterate our loop from here until the coin length. So coin length we will run from and I plus plus, and here we will choose one if condition. Why? Because suppose your amount would be 3, so you can't choose 5 coin because it is greater than your coin. So what the condition is there? If your amount, current amount basically, current amount minus your coin, a particular coin, like if you choose 3, if you choose 6 amount, and you can either use 1 or 2 or 5, so it will always greater than equal to 0. So it will satisfy basically condition, and you will calculate like this: int value is equal to, you will call this recursive function, and what you will do, you will choose like coin and how much amount basically you left with this particular amount. Like if you choose basically 2 coin here, so how much amount you left with 4 amount. So this is amount minus coin I, and we can do +1 also. Why +1? Because to include current value, to include the coin value. And what other thing we need to do? We need to make a variable here which is max, and in the max we need to store the maximum value, like we have to store 10,000. Okay, and in the max value what you need to choose? In the max it is equal to min of either v, or we can say either max, and in the end basically you will return max. I hope you understand this concept. And you can do memorization also here. You can make like 1D array and you store every time data, and then you will call back this data without wasting any time. So now we will see about how DP will work here. How DP will work. Suppose same question here, like we have given coin 1 to 5 and the amount we need to pay is 6. So what we can do, we can make an array, 1D array, and the size of 1D array is amount +1. Like this is your 1D array, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. And what basically 1D array represent? This 1D array represent, like if we see this block, what this block will represent, this will represent how many ways are we need to represent, like if there are 4 amount, and how many ways we need to pay amount for using these coin. So this is represent this, and this basically represent we have 6 amount and we need to store here minimum number of coin which we require. Okay, initially what we do, we can fill this array to maximum infinity number. Why maximum infinity number? Because currently we don't have any minimum coin, so we will store minimum integer, maximum integer here. This is positive maximum data, and this is our base case. Basically this will represent amount 0, and how many way we need to pay 0, there is only one way, that is 0. And this is represent there is no way till now, because it is maximum integer, it is also maximum integer. So what we can do now, we can make an for loop, we iterate from here. Okay, so if we are basically present, if we need to pay one amount, what we need to do, we will see, can we use one coin? Yeah, we will use one coin. So if we use one coin to pay one amount, then how much amount we left? We left with 0 amount. How? 1 minus 1 basically 0. And how many ways to pay 0? 0. So we can say 0 plus 1, the same thing which we do in recursive code. So 0 plus 1 basically 1 is here. And we can also check with 2 also. Can we pay one amount using 2 coin? If we do this, then our number come in minus, which we don't want, so we can't pay here. And we will not pay also using 5 also. Okay, and again we will move here, we will check, can we pay 2 amount using 1 coin? Yes, we will pay. And how much amount we left? We left with 1 amount. Okay, so 1 plus 1 basically 2 here. Again we will check 2, can we pay 2 amount using 2 coin? Yes, we will use. And how much amount we left? We left with 0. And there is 0 way to pay 0 amount, so this is minimum, so we replace this value by 1. Okay, I hope you understand this. So this is basically a concept you need to understand. You need to check the minimum value from where you get this. And there is one constant also, like I will tell you, like you will make a for loop for int I is equal to 1, because it is starting from here, and it is basically till from the amount, and it is I plus plus. And the second loop will be starting from here, because you will check for a particular amount this coin. So this is starting from for j is equal to 0, j is less than coin dot length, and j plus plus. And there is one condition which we need to check, which is if condition. And what is the condition? Condition basically is if I minus, like this amount you pay, if I minus coin j is greater than equal to 0, like here 3 amount is there, so you cannot pay this amount using the 5 coin, because it is greater than, so that's why this condition is here. And second condition, which is most important, like if you satisfy this condition, so what you will check, like you need to pay 5 amount, like you need to pay 6 amount. Okay, and you only have 5 coin, so how much amount you left? You left with 1 amount. Okay, and you only have 5 coin, so there is positive integer value, because we will check 1 amount and there is no way to pay 1 amount, so there is also no way to pay a 6 amount. So what we can check, either we can say this amount array. If amount array basically, and it is our remaining amount. So if it is not equal to our max value, if it is not equal to max value, then our condition will run. And what the condition is there, like amount I equal to math min, and min basically amount I. Either we have already minimum value, or we can say 1 plus amount I minus coin j. So this is the condition. And if at the end, if we get the maximum value, it means there is no way to pay this amount, so we will directly return -1. So if amount basically amount is equal to maximum value, then we will return -1. Else what we directly return amount, basically this is our amount. So this is basically our DP approach, and here the time complexity would be basically n into m, and whatever you say basically m may be your amount and n basically your coin length. Okay, so this is a most efficient way you can solve this question. I hope you understand this question.